All right, picture this. You've got a lighter in one pocket, maybe a book of matches in the other. Ever stop to think you're carrying the result of a centuries-long, downright bonkers war? No. Well, get comfy, because tonight we're diving into the ridiculously dramatic history of lighters versus matches. It's a story of accidental genius, explosive fails, and some serious historical beef. So, let's rewind the clock. Way back, before lighters, before matches, making fire was a full-on workout. You were either rubbing two sticks together like a desperate caveman, hoping for a spark before your arms fell off, or you were striking flint and steel, praying a spark would land on your tinder just right. It was tedious, unreliable, and honestly, a bit tragic. If your fire went out overnight, your morning wasn't about a nice cup of coffee. It was about begging your neighbor for some embers. Fire was precious, and making it was a proper fact. Humanity was desperate for an upgrade. The Ogtech just wasn't cutting it. We needed something instant. Enter the year 1823. A German chemist named Johann Wolfgang Deberiner waltzes onto the scene. This guy, probably bored in his lab, creates something wild, the Deberiner's lamp. And let me tell you, this thing was the absolute daddy of all lighters. Forget flicking your Bic. This was high-tech mad science. It worked by dripping sulfuric acid onto zinc, which produced flammable hydrogen gas. You'd turn a valve, the gas would shoot out over a platinum sponge, and poof, instant flame. It was a game changer. People went nuts for it. For the first time, you could make fire on demand. It was the 19th century equivalent of getting fiber optic broadband. But here's the kicker. This lighter was basically a stylish tabletop chemical bomb. It was a glass contraption filled with volatile gas and corrosive acid. If it cracked, you'd have a hydrogen explosion and an acid spill to clean up. Not exactly pocket-friendly, and definitely not something you'd want to drop. So, while it was a massive leap forward, it was also a tiny, personal death trap. A cool one, though. It sold over 1 million units, proving that humans have always been willing to risk it all for a bit of convenience. Just as the lighter was enjoying its dangerously explosive fame, a new contender entered the ring from across the channel. Meet John Walker, an English chemist from 1826. This bloke wasn't trying to invent anything revolutionary. He was just stirring a pot of chemicals with a wooden stick. Some of the gunk got stuck to the end, and like any of us would, he tried to scrape it off on the floor. Whoosh! The stick burst into flames. Instead of panicking, Walker had a light bulb moment. Literally, he'd just accidentally invented the first friction match. What a legend! He started selling his friction lights in a tin box with a piece of sandpaper. They were clunky, smelled like a chemistry lesson gone wrong, and had a tendency to shoot sparks everywhere, occasionally setting the box on fire. But they were portable fire. You could carry an inferno in your pocket. The match had officially struck back. It was the scrappy, unpredictable underdog taking on the sophisticated, explosive aristocrats. The battle lines were drawn. Now, this is where the drama really heats up. The early matches, called Lucifers, were problematic. They were made with white phosphorus, which was super effective, but also super toxic. Factory workers, many of them women and children, developed a horrifying disease called phossy jaw, which would literally rot their jawbones away. It was grim. The world needed a safer match, and the Swedes delivered. In 1844, Gustav Erik Pask invented the safety match. The clever bit was separating the reactive chemicals. Some were on the match head. The rest were on the striking surface on the box. No strike on the box. No fire. Simple, safe, brilliant. The safety match took over the world. But the lighter wasn't going down without a fight. The early 1900s saw the invention of ferrocerium, that flinty stuff that makes sparks. This changed everything. Lighters could now be small, reliable, and pocket-sized. Then, during World War I, a company called Zippo came along and created the ultimate tough guy lighter. Windproof, a lifetime guarantee. The Zippo was an icon. It was the James Dean of fire-making tools. Cool, reliable, and a little bit rebellious. The lighter was back in the game, sleeker and safer than ever. The two rivals were now in a full-blown war for our pockets, from the trenches of war to the tables of fancy cocktail bars. So, who wins this mindless historical throwdown? The match. The humble, disposable hero that democratized fire for everyone but had a dark, toxic past. Or the lighter, the flashy, reusable piece of engineering that started as a bomb and became a pocket-sized marvel. Honestly, there's no clear winner. They're like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones of fire. One is the classic, revolutionary pop act. The other is the gritty, enduring rock and roll band. The real winner is us. We went from desperately rubbing sticks together to having two brilliant and frankly quite bizarre ways to summon flame at our fingertips. The history of something so simple is way more dramatic than you'd ever think. Thanks for chilling with me on this weird historical journey. If you enjoyed this dive into the bizarre, hit that like button and subscribe for more mystic, sleepy history. Catch you on the next one.